the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Heat in Miami. For Miami, they've yet to win against this squad this season. 2 games, 2 losses. We'll see if their luck changes tonight. And tonight, we'll see Andre Drummond, one of the more voracious rebounders in league history. But Shaq, where does he stand as a franchise-level player?
Well, he affects winning, but he can hurt the floor spacing, Kenny.
Well, if this was in the 90s, you know, his offense, he could become a franchise player. But the way the game is played now, it's not. But he has a consistent motor, and he is a beast.
You know who else is a beast?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan, standing by courtside.
Time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Charlotte Hornets. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
Some teams in reality, Doris, are out of the playoff picture right now. They've entered the evaluation phase of their season. Talk about what is involved there in that process.
Well, we've seen this before, Kevin, and there are nights where we're cover games where we know, okay, this is an organization that is assessing things from top to bottom. So which players, particularly the young players, need minutes so that they can accelerate their development? Which veterans are going to be a long-term part of the equation, because then you want the young guys and those veterans to have their collective experience start to grow. So there's a lot going on here from an evaluation standpoint when you're out of the playoff picture.
Great reveal of the front office and the way they think and want to process things. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Toronto right now, here's Fox. He's coming off a 19-point game against San Antonio.
Really, he exposed a lot of seams in the defense with his passing, too. That assist total was impressive.
Got a piece of it. Here's Toronto. The pass to Leonard. And not going to to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Fox kicks to George. Here's Parker, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, this guy's a rock. You know, this is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Richardson against Wright. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Drummond. Good.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board.
And the Raptors with the ball after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Outside Leonard. Parker outside. Releases. Tipped away. Guarded by Fox. Back to Parker. From downtown. Raptors get it back. Goes up with it again. Leonard. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Inside and stolen by Wright. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now, here's George. He had 19 points in the win against San Antonio. Just 5 to shoot. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the point from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. George against Leonard. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Right side. For 3. Leonard, no luck.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
George with the bucket. George has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Pass to Parker. Leonard kicks to Parker. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
Their last game against this squad, they won out thanks to some big contributions from the bench.
Yeah, that second unit was fantastic in the last meeting. They infused a ton of energy and, somewhat surprisingly, a lot of points production.
And here are the Raptors now, following the score by Miami. Leonard against George. Here's Leonard against Charlotte. He was really on his game.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And George gets it to go.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. The terrific defender in college, was the 2-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
Now here's Wright. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Hornets. Here's Dinwiddie. kicks it to Drummond. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Miami grabs the miss.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
Richardson, good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Raptors trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Can they get it? And Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Parker. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Well, Heat leading by 4. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Doors, at times out there, things get a little heated. Some people feel like the whistle's being blown too quickly on some of these technical fouls. What do you think?
I would actually completely disagree, Kevin. I think there are certain players who are given far too much latitude and others for whom the whistle does come too quickly. So I think it would be better and more helpful to the officials, the teams, and also the fans to understand what is and what does cross a line. Because to me, there's no consistency, there's a lot of confusion, and I think it works both ways. Sometimes too long of a leash, sometimes too short.
Excellent appraisal.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Raptors trail by 6. T kicks to Anunoby. Left side, Leonard. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Herter, T covering. Pass to Drummond. Feeds it to Nurkic. It's good. And now it's an 8-point Heat lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's T. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Chang, no luck.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Down low, Leonard with the steal. And Teague has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Offensive rebound, Drummond, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
And the first one drops. That one misses.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first personal foul.
Leonard kicks to Powell. And Teague has it in the corner.
really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Now here's Richardson, guarded by Powell. Heat moving the ball around. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
A nice shot by Teague, and the Heat call time here. Adebayo's checked in for Drummond. Paul George comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Fox in for Spencer Dinwiddie. The Heat leading by 7. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Eric Spoelstra.
Well, Kevin, he's seen how dangerous their offense can be. They're down 2-1 in this season series, and he's looking for ways to get more stops. He told me it comes down to want to. We have to take this personally. It's a pride thing. You can't be okay with your guys scoring. We'll see if they can rise up to the challenge tonight. Back to you.
Thanks very much, David. They recognize how difficult it is to face an offensive-minded team like this one.
They pose a lot of challenges for sure, mainly because teams have put so much effort into defending them.
Well, I think it's more mental effort than anything else, Greg. It takes great awareness to be effective defensively against them. You can't get lost, and you always have to be in the right position. Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
Teague dishes to Leonard. Pass to Anunoby. Knocks it loose. Nurkic with the steal. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Anunoby passes to Teague. Fox against Teague. Fox kicks to George. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Raptors trail by 9. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, it picks up that second foul very early in this game. He's going to have to tread lightly for the rest of this half.
And here are the Raptors now.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
And again, Toronto no up. There's 49 seconds left in the first. Dishes it to Nurkic. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. And the Heat lead by 11.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 6.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all. 2
seconds separating the shot clock and game. And Fox gets it to go.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Teague deciding where to go with it. Kicks to Leonard. They need this one. Misses off the right iron. And so it's Miami. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll return shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
Hustling on that offensive glass. That's led to a number of second chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good. And right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second chance opportunities.
Here's Dinwiddie. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. So for Toronto right now, Norman Powell is out there with Teague. Then it's Gorgui Dieng. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Outside Teague. Outside Leonard. Floats one up. He takes it up and lays it in. Leonard's got 8 points.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Winslow finds Nurkic. Takes it from 10. And it's Miami with another. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now here's Teague. He's guarded closely. Here's the pass to Jang. Now here's Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. Goes up to the stripe. And Winslow pulls it down.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Now here's Winslow. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
So a moment now to see the story on Jusuf Nurkic. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 14th in blocks. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult.
Take a break.
Just a dominant rim protector all season. The first free throw is good. A skill that doesn't show up in the box score. The drawing charge calls. In your opinion, there are, I'm sure, a lot that you think are the best at it.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, sometimes this comes at a cost physically that you have to be willing to absorb. I've seen Marcus Smart take a charge from LeBron James. Ooh. That's 6'8", 250-plus pounds coming at you full speed. Kemba Walker, Draymond Green. But, Kevin, you know this. When you draw a charge, you have essentially given yourself an extra possession, and you put the opponent at a detriment because it's a foul against that player who's committed it.
Means a lot. Here's Teague after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Teague with the ball. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against one make. And here's Winslow. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Miami needs to get a shot off. Nurkic can't hit.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
Powell, that's good.
Well, you don't want to see Norman Powell settling for outside looks. Love when he goes to work down deep.
Green with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Now Winslow, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Nurkic. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
Boy, he's been relentless. And to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
The Raptors making the switch here. Let's take a brief moment to look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's feistiest defensive teams. The Raptors in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
And Wright kicks to Parker. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here comes Miami. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Raptors trail by 19. Parker outside. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
Well, the offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
The 3-ball. Green with the rebound. Here's Miami now. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
2.
And he knocks down the first one. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
And looking at Jabari Parker, 6'8", about 250 pounds. Greg, what's his best position?
You know, I think he has a small forward skill, but with the way the game is changing, you could see him play some power forward as well. And I think his best fit might just be at the 4 because of the mismatch he can create.
And he knocks down the first one. A different look for Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Jermichael Green. Paul George comes in for Winslow. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Dinwiddie. And so he makes both from the line.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now, here's Fox. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
To the paint, and stolen by Richardson. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And how about the way Fox continues to improve his game? A capable scorer who also rebounds the ball well for his size. And still, though, he can improve on that perimeter jump shot.
And the first one drops. He makes 1 of 2 that time. The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Raptors moving the ball around. 2 points. That one goes.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Miami leading by 22. He kicks it to Richardson. Pass to George. Shoots over Powell. Off the left rim and out. Raptors have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Guarded by Fox. Five to shoot. From outside, off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Richardson kicks to Fox. They get it back. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And while we have a moment, let's check the stats for Paul George. He's been a factor for them over the last month, averaging about 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so the timeout by Nick Nurse here.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved. And a chance here to look at the numbers for Drummond. 3rd in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And as you said, one of the league's top 3 rebounders. He has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim. That's special. And the want-to corral it. The shot by Powell, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Adebayo. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Inside, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Defended by Drummond. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. On defense, Miami passes it to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Defended by Drummond. And again, Toronto no up. And so George will bring it up for Miami. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. It sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Fires for 3. Rebound by Parker.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Powell. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Here's George, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
First one falls for him. And Doris, you go back to the injury for Paul George. Some moments where you question whether he'd be the same player. Do you think, in your opinion, that factored into his decision to leave Indiana in search of a more competitive situation?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not sure if the injury played a part, but we know unequivocally because Paul George stated it. He wants his legacy to be about winning. And because those peak years for a star player can be fleeting, you have to appreciate the pursuit of just that.
Now, here's Parker. 6 points for him. Guarded by Fox. Count it. And it's the Heat with the ball. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And how about that bench? I mean, you got to give it up for that second unit. They really sparked that victory.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Greg, that the guys off the bench stepped up and provided the necessary spark.
And that one's good, George.
Nothing you can do there, Kevin. Paul George has all the tools to rise and fire with a hand in his face.
The dish to Parker. Powell, the pass to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Andre Drummond picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And the Raptors with some changes. Leonard comes in for Norman Powell, and OG Anunoby subbed in for Wright. He hits both from the stripe. Miami's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Fox with it. He has 7. Shot clock at 6. Richardson up top. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Richardson's got 4 this quarter.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
And Toronto making a change here. Zhang's checked in. The 9-foot shot. Over to the left wing. Kicks it to Leonard. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Leonard's got 11.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Count that one. 11 points in the game.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Parker outside. From deep. Miami grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And here is Fox. He's got 7. There's the pass to Adebayo. Outside for George. Rebound by Zhang. Zhang's got his 4th rebound in this one. 1:46 left now here in the second. Parker outside. 4 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Shoots. Anunoby, no good. Miami's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Wasted no time on that one. Richardson's got 6 in the quarter.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Guarded by Fox. 13 feet away. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. To the inside. Here's Adebayo. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the inside. And Jang gets it to go. Jang's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, this is the passion we talk about with Gorgui Zhang. Takes the hit, puts it down right in the defender's face.
Toronto shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. And it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. Kevin, how fast does he get off his feet?
Here's Anunoby. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so George will bring it up for the Heat. Inside. Richardson, good. Richardson's got 14 points for the game.
I know how popular threes are in the NBA. Boy, you can't do better than those quality looks in the paint.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Miami Heat having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what do you think?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between the legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
A shot of American Airlines Arena in the whites of Miami, Florida. Welcome back, everyone, to the action here. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his teams.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Andre Drummond is out there with Nurkic. Then there's Richardson, and it's Fox, and it's George, and it's the 3. So that's where Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. A post-All-Star break look now at how the breakdown between three-pointers and other shots have been for Toronto.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Two shots.
free throw good. Nurkic. And both free throws good for Nurkic. Dishes it to Parker. To the inside and stolen by Drummond. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Inside, here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And let's take a moment to look at some stats for Jabari Parker. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
That free throw, no good. So he comes up empty at the line. The Raptors shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Back to Leonard. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third personal.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Leonard inside. Richardson covering. Another shot. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Raptors have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Shooting one.
The Heat shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Goes up on the wing. That shot no good. And Toronto will come the other way. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Wright dishes to Parker. Back to Wright. Misses the 3.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
To the middle. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hammock. Now, here's Parker. 10 points for him. Fires top of the key. And the Raptors miss again.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
Richardson against Wright. Puts it up from 7. George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 10 points in the game.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Toronto calls timeout.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Toronto. This is a list of the guys that have been dialed in at the free throw line lately since the All-Star break. No one has been better. You take a look at Wright, deadly on the stripe. Someone you do not want to foul.
And one look at his numbers since the break, and you can see how comfortable he's been at the foul line.
Back to Parker. George against Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
And that one misses. And Greg, with Kawhi, he started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Fox kicks to Drummond. Here's Richardson. Toronto grabs the miss. Parker's got 5 rebounds tonight. Right side, Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Fox against Leonard. Outside, George. Heat moving the ball around. Richardson finds George. Just 5 on the clock. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Now here's Parker. 10 points for him. Right, the pass to Teague. Over Richardson. Miami grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by George. Richardson's got 16.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Teague kicks to Leonard. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Leonard's got 5 points now this quarter.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
Richardson, no luck. It's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. They host the 76ers after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Richardson the pass to Drummond. Richardson kicks to Drummond. Now Fox. He has 7, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. Now he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Leonard with the steal. Here's Teague. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Six to shoot. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you, if he keeps missing shots, it is going to be a tough night to try to trim this lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
To the left side wing. He's guarded by Nurkic. Here's Teague. Up again. It's good on the putback. He's got 7.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here's Dinwiddie. Herter, guarded by Wright. Here's Nurkic. Toronto grabs the miss. Right side, Leonard. Good. Leonard's got 18 points in the game.
Assistant, Jeff Teague.
Miami with the ball. Dinwiddie passes to Nurkic. Herter, guarded by Wright. Pass to Dinwiddie. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. The Raptors have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Right outside. He kicks to Teague. He's guarded by Nurkic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The shot, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Pass to Powell. Here's Leonard. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for the Raptors. OG Anunoby comes in for Wright.
One shot, behind the lanes.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Here's Dinwiddie. The three. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 6.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Leonard finds Jang. Leonard inside. 21 points in the game. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded to the middle. Adebayo passes to Nurkic. Clock at 6. Herter guarded by Powell.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Powell. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Orlando Magic. Then on Thursday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
He's perfect from the line this time. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Nurkic. Dinwiddie, guarded by Powell. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie can make an impact in the painted area. He's got size at the position.
Now here's Teague. Now the pass to Anunoby. Kicks it to Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Kawhi Leonard. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, averaging about 23 points per, 7 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
And the first one at the line is good.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
And some changes here for the Heat. Green, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Paul George comes in for Justice Winslow. And it's Fox in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Both shots good from the stripe. Fox with it. He has 7. Outside, George. Here's Green. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Toronto. To the paint. Here's Teague. That's good. And it's Leonard with the assist. Teague's got 5 points so far.
Well, you simply cannot allow Jeff Teague any separation because the release is too good and too fast.
Pass to Fox. Herter, Teague covering. And it's Fox with the jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And Leonard has it in the corner. That's tipped. And here's George. He's got 12. Now Fox. Herter. He's covered by Leonard. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
14 foul.
1:33 left in the third. Here's Fox. And another basket for Miami.
And how about the mid-range shooting of Fox? Definitely capable of sinking those shots with consistency.
Here's Jang. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Cans it from downtown. And that's now 28 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Dominating this quarter. He's been absolutely fantastic shooting the ball, and they still trail.
And George kicks to Fox. Back to George. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 5 rebounds tonight. That's tipped. Here's Anunoby. Leonard trying to break free. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got his first bucket of the night.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Herter, Teague covering. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Yeah, that's just a missed opportunity. Something there just a little off.
Yeah, simply a little bit careless, I think. Can't just throw it up there. You have to time these alley-oops perfectly.
Now, here's Fox. He's guarded closely. He kicks it to George. From 7, and they pick up 2. George has got 6 points in the quarter. And so it's the Miami Heat cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back to the action after this word. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Toronto shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Anunoby. Gorgie Dang is out there with Parker. And there's Teague.
Boy, and on a night where he's been so smart handling the ball, that's his first big mistake.
Miami leading by 22. Outside, Green. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right, making an investment in your future. Understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
You know what you love about watching OG Anunoby? You feel like you're watching a vet when you watch this guy. He doesn't seem to get rattled in pressure situations. This guy plays like he's been in the league for a decade.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to Green. There's Winslow, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's his second personal foul. Justice Winslow. 2.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the inside. Heat moving the ball around. Fires for 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Toronto shooting not great, 40% for the game. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Parker inside, working on Green. That one falls. 14 points for Parker.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Pass to Adebayo. Winslow finds Green. Shoots a fader. And again, it's the Heat missing. Raptors trail by 20. And there's the pass to Anunoby. A steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. From about 16. And that one hits back iron. Raptors have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. To the left wing, 6 to shoot. Parker outside. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Herter, T covering to the middle. Here's Green from out on the wing. He knocks it down. And the Raptors with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's on an open. To the wing on the left. Now here's Parker. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
It is good.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well.
One shot.
Raptors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Pass to Powell. To the inside. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Heat. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. George with the bucket.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
I think it's obvious, Greg. They want this win. They're showing no let-up in their attack right now.
From 13, Miami grabs the miss. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And George kicks to Dinwiddie. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
Now here's Powell. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And the dunk by Parker.
And did they really just pull that off?
I think they did, Greg. Astounding play. Fox with it. Kicks it to Richardson. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. In Toronto, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Parker outside. Great D that time from Nurkic. Now the Heat with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's George. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. George has got 10 points in just the second half. Toronto shooting 40% from the field. Pass to Swanigan. Parker against Richardson. Parker passes to Powell. Shot clock at 5. Second chance shot. Passes it to Swanigan. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Mitchell Long. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's lob pass to George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Powell. The shot from the low post is good.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Fox kicks to Nurkic. From deep, George. And no good that time. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Richardson against Parker. Here's Swanigan. And the pass to Powell. Buries the long-range jumper. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up.
From 13, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Parker. He's guarded by Nurkic. Kicks it to Parker. Pass to Swanigan. Back to Parker. Three-pointer. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, I think he was forcing too many shots in the first half. Now the game's coming to him.
And here is Fox. Passes it to George. Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet channel Twitch.
Well, you know Adam Silver is always looking at new methods for broadcasting this great league and the G League. And I think we live in an era of an increasingly digital world. The next generation views their platforms in non-traditional, non-linear fashion. So to me, this is really smart decision making.
I know you're a big Twitch watcher yourself. You subscribe, and like me, you love the G League.
I'm always twitching.
The first one falls, and the Raptors making a change here. And Parker drops them both. The Heat leading by 22. Now Fox. He kicks to Richardson. Here's Nurkic. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Here's George. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago.
You simply have to respect the passing ability of Paul George, his ability to read and react and make the right choice. So good.
And the Raptors call time here. Oh, George is so versatile, Doris. He can play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
Here's Toronto now. They're on a 12-4 run. Parker outside.
Inside 2 minutes.
That's good. And so Teague with the assist. And that's now 27 points for Parker. Miami leading by 20. Fox kicks to George. The pass to Drummond. Now, here's Nurkic. Not a lot of room. 5 on the clock. Here's Richardson. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Now here's Leonard over George. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Heat.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split. 2 games apiece.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for George.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Free throw good. Nurkic. And both free throws good for Nurkic. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. Norman Powell comes in for DeLon Wright. Drummond finds George. Fox against T. Fox passes to George. Back to Fox. Outside, George. 6 on the shot clock. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Heat lead by 20.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
T kicks to Leonard. From deep. No good there.
Well, we call that defensive chops, right? Paul George is draped all over his man. He will not give up anything easy.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Well, it looked like everybody was having fun, but it looked like you were really feeling it. Did you get into a flow out there?
I did. I got hot. I was looking for the ball, looking to make plays, and shots was falling.
I know you expect that to happen every night, and it did tonight. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.